Welcome back to Week 8 of the Jacked Up Fantasy Football League preview show. The Commissioner, along with Zach Renisek, the owner of the Archon Tigers, we're going to quickly recap Week 7 and talk about some exciting games last week and preview some very good games this week as well. Okay, let's talk about Week 7. You have a lot to add so far.
No, I'm just got off the phone with the Eliminators, and I'm still befuddled by his thinking. We'll get into that.
We'll talk
He's got me in a tailspin here.
Okay.
I can't believe him.
Week 7 recap. The Bulldogs beat the Surf Destroyers 140-89 in a blowout, and that's with Ricky Williams on the bench who gave him 33 points. And he didn't have a kicker, so with 8 guys, he blew them out.
I picked the Bulldogs to win.
So did I.
Jake, he doesn't have enough players at wideout, and that's going to be his downfall, I think, for this rest of the season.
I think Jake's done. He sweeps the season series against Jake. Move on to the Eliminators. We'll get to the Eliminators about this week, but last week he does squeak by Cocoa Puffs. We call this victory as well. Close win. Cocoa Puffs had MJD in a bye, Marshall, like you pointed out. So
don't pay yourself on that, Brian. Or Randy. I'm sorry, I'm getting mixed up.
That's all right. Eliminators are 4-3, Cocoa Puffs 5-2, so it was a big game last week. Archon Tigers, high-scoring affair against the High Flyers, 157-128. Archon Tigers, by beating the High Flyers, you take over the division lead.
Big win.
Huge win.
I thought it was going to be a little closer than it was, but I had some stuff happen that usually doesn't happen. My defense went off.
Thanks to Michael, right?
Yeah, thanks, Mike.
42 points on the Steelers' defense. And you do revenge a loss from earlier in the season. So you are now in first place alone with a 1-game lead over the High Flyers and TNT. It's the second time this year that you led the whole week in scoring, so congrats. TNT against the Prime Timers, very close, ugly game. TNT once again gets lucky and beats the worst team in the league. Don't pat yourself on the back. Ryan, just a bad team, man.
Yeah, he hated the game, though.
He did.
Against TNT. I thought TNT would blow him out. I really did.
Well, it just shows that TNT is not a very good football team.
Yeah, but he wins when he's supposed to win.
Yeah, I guess. He gets lucky when he's supposed to, I guess. Saints defense scored half of Ryan's points. You take away the Saints defense, Ryan had nothing. Last but not least, and not because it was me, but I think the game of the week, the come-from-behind victory, Playmakers end a 5-game losing streak and won it against one of the best teams, the T-Mac Attack, 133-126. I have 2 wins this year. Both of them came at Monday night, the last minute of the game.
You beat the best team in the league. I'll give you props there, even though a couple of his guys were off. But hey, a win's a win.
Win's a win. I had to break my 5-game winning streak. Thank God I'm no longer tied for the worst record in the league. That belongs to the Prime Timers. Quick stat, through the first 6 weeks, my team, the teams I played against, scored the most points of anybody. I think I pointed this out to you. 126 points a game is what my opponents were averaging. Guess how many points T-Mac scored? 126, which means if I score 127, I'm going to win every week.
I think anybody's going to win if they score 127, not just you. But I think that's
the High Flyers scored 128 and lost.
Yeah.
So anyway, we move on to Week 8.
But he played me, so you got to throw that variable in too.
Because that's what winners do. They score a lot of points. All right, I'll pat you in the back. Listen, man, let's talk about Week 8 preview. There's 2 big games here. We're going to first talk about some quick games we're not going to spend too much time on. The Surf Destroyers against the Cocoa Puffs. This is a rematch. Jake lost by 33 in Week 3. I like the Cocoa Puffs to win again. Jake doesn't have enough firepower.
I like the Cocoa Puffs too, but I think this game is going to be a lot closer than Vegas has it at -20. Because Rodgers' foot he's got a sprained foot and he's playing on it. I think the difference in this game...
It's the Vikings defense.
Yeah, I think the defense will be the difference.
Okay. Sounds good. Well, Jake, I think your season's over, man. I'm sorry, man. I feel for you, but once again, you made some questionable drafting moves, and you had some bad luck. So look forward to 2010. TNT against Michael. One of the games of the week, 4-3 against 4-3. Battle for, I guess, second place in the division. This is a rematch from Week 4. TNT won in a low-scoring affair, 94-88. Who do you like?
I like TNT. I think his wideouts will be the difference again. He's got the best wideouts in the league. I think it'll be a shootout, though. It's going to be a high-scoring affair.
Okay. Well, I like TNT as well. Michael, I think that he continues to show that he really was above his talent level towards his games here, and pretty much
he's got some nice records this season.
Okay. Players against Timers, this game is not going to get much ratings on TV, but 2-5 and a 1-16. Do the Playmakers start a winning streak here against the worst team? I mean, it's a team I should win against.
Vegas has you favored. I disagree with them. I think the difference is going to be Matt Forte in Cleveland. I think he's going to go off.
You're picking against me?
Yeah, I am.
Oh, fuck.
And his defense, the Saints, are a tough defense. I think that's going to be the two things that are going to be your downfall this week. That's my upset special of the week. I don't know if I can call it an upset, but it is according to Vegas.
All right, well, I've never picked against the Playmakers, and I'm not going to do it this week, especially against the worst fucking team in the league, Ryan Jennings. You were talking a lot of trash the first couple of weeks, but you've been quiet as a mouse. Maybe the 5-game winning streak had something to do with it.
I forgot to elaborate on your wideouts. Jackson's playing the Giants, and Jennings playing Minnesota. Two tough defenses. I want to pick you, but I can't.
Well, the good thing is that Ryan's been averaging like 70 points a game the last 5 weeks. So if I score like 80 or 90 points, I should win. I don't have to worry about scoring 127.
So your initial stat that you brought up doesn't come into play here.
Not this week.
Because it's Ryan.
Because it's Ryan.
It's the Ryan factor.
Exactly.
Okay.
The Archon Tigers against the Bulldogs. Of course, I know you're going to pick yourself in this one. You've only
I pick the Bulldogs every week, so
except for this week.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you picked against yourself once and you were wrong. Well, you like yourself. Why?
I like myself. A couple things. You have the Arizona defense that I have as my backup defense. Great defense. They score points. Newly acquired Braylon Edwards, I think, will find the end zone this week.
I do not like that trade. For the record, I didn't think the trade made sense.
Go ahead, talk about it.
Well, I mean, what was the point of trying to get Braylon Edwards? You got a rookie quarterback, Sanchez. It's obviously not playing.
I have Randy Moss on a bye this week. I have to be proactive. That's what winners do. Okay.
The famous line.
And
are you gonna have a T-shirt one of these days? That's what
if I win it, I'll have one. But you got to win the prize, the sausage. It can't be just one game. And Vernon Davis, I think, will be the difference in this game. He's a stud, even though he is playing against the Colts.
Okay.
He's the #1 guy in that offense.
Yeah, he's going to score 3 touchdowns again, right?
Not again, but if you look at his numbers the whole year, he's been pretty consistent.
That was in the once in a career.
He's the best tight end in the league.
Whatever. That was the best game of his career. He'll never do that again. He'll have like 8 points this week. Well, I didn't even know that you picked against me. But even before that, I already had this as my upset special. And here's why. Interesting stat. The Bulldogs are 3-0 against the Serbian owners this year. And 0-4 against everyone else. I predicted at the beginning of the year Mark's going to win 4 games. This is his 4th win. He goes 4-0 against the Serbs. He doesn't win against anyone else.
But I'm the Archon Tigers.
But you're Serbian.
I am the elite Serbian.
And the defending champ. Save the best for last. I like the Bulldogs. I don't know how he's going to pull this off because the matchups favor you. But I'm just going with the stat that is, 3-0 against the Serbs, whatever. Bulldogs, upset special, beats the Archon Tigers. You drop the 5-3. Last game of the week, let's talk about T-Mac Attack against the Eliminators. T-Mac Attack lost 2 straight. Randy has won 2 straight. But let's talk about Randy with a very controversial move of dropping a quarterback he picked up. So he doesn't have a quarterback this week. Have you ever, in all the time we play fantasy football, ever seen that?
You know what? I respect the Eliminators a lot.
Until now.
But I was on the phone with him multiple times today.
Trying to help him out.
Trying to help him. And he would have been better off keeping Orton in the lineup at least. But no, he drops Orton. Even though he is playing Baltimore.
Yeah, I understand the logic of not playing a kicker last week in Mark's case, but to not play a quarterback?
That's your highest scoring position in your lineup.
Bad move, Randy. I think you're a fucking dumbass for doing that. I hope your little boy's not watching this right now. You're
I don't
a fucking
think
dumbass. You're retarded. You're going down. You suck. And you're going to look at this game as the reason why you missed the playoffs.
This will be the key game.
You missed the playoffs. That's it.
Bye, baby.
So we both like T-Mac Attack.
I like him. I think I like T-Mac prior to this.
This just
fiasco. This just solidified it. And
exactly.
When you have 2 Philly running backs going in your lineup,
you got issues.
You have a problem. And Portis hasn't done anything this year.
I agree. Well, that's all the time we have this week. We both went 5-0. Everyone, good luck this week except for the prime timers. See you guys again next week.
Man.